just like I always do, and hope that there is somebody who wants to watch this. Let's get some painting in. I don't have super long, so I'm actually gonna jump in and haul tuck us because sometimes I find the creativity under timeline actually pretty fun. So I just posted a long form content one off of this planner that I use. This is a Hobonichi Teco Cousin Weeks, a size A5, and I've been using it for 8 years. So I have 8 different ones of these, which is kind of fun. And I do art in them too sometimes, more like doodles than anything. But I wanted you to know that there was a long form video there. I'm still a baby channel and I'm having fun over here and not really thinking I'll be a massive YouTube success, but I would sure love to have people who like to watch this stuff while they're folding laundry and doing other things. But I also wanted to tell you folks that I've never been like a paper art journal, like an ephemera, but I keep talking about it on here because I think it's starting to call to me. So I actually just got back from a writers conference and they gave us these little teeny little notepads in our gift basket. And I don't think I'll actually use it because I like to use other things to write in. So I'm actually going to use this little teeny journal to be my first junk journal. Not junk, but ephemera, things like that. And I started, remember last time I was collecting these like pretty art that's on the envelopes. And I actually had some napkins that had like pretty things on them. So we're going to start with that. And if anybody else is junk journal, I say junk journal, but I mean like where you put stuff in it. With my big planner, sometimes I don't want to put a ton of extra things in it because it gets really bulky and it makes the pages lay funny. And then your handwriting kind of gets bumpy or your painting gets bumpy when you're on the back of something that's weirdly shaped. But if I pick a planner just for it and I picked a small one, then maybe I would like it and I'll have to see. Maybe it'll be too small. But I have two-sided tape and I have the good old tape strips from like scrapbooking days. If are you supposed to use glue? Are you supposed to use decoupage? Decoupage always kind of sticks together as far as I feel. So I just wanted to ask if anybody out there sees this, they can give me an interaction. So we're going to work in these 3 little tiny ones today and we're going to get some art on for sure. But before I do, I want to show you one thing. I am set up over here. You'll see in a second. In fact, maybe I'll turn you here. Hang on, we're gonna spin you a little bit. Don't get seasick on me. And we'll position this better in just a second. But right here, you'll see some stuff prepped and a little card here. Sometimes when I have extra paint, I like to just hit something so I don't waste it. But these, I send out bookmarks when I send out my novels and I make little paintings and then I use my laminator, which I think everyone should have a laminator in their life. I think there's nothing more fun than using a laminator. So this is what these are going to be, but they probably won't get finished today. But we hopefully will start to get the skill of not wasting all the extra paint. Like if you get paint, then you can put it on here. So last time I had my water up there. So every time I reached for my water, it was a bit obnoxious. So I moved my paints up and my water down. So I'm hoping that that solves the problem. We're going to move the paper craft out of the way for a second because we don't need to do that right this minute. Gee, I wonder if I need new paint already or new water already. That's so funny. Yeah, that's really funny. So I actually just logged in. So if you are here and you want to make a comment, I can see it from over there. So, okay, we're going to position you just a little bit better. And then I'm going to show you what my inspirations are because I kind of do better with some inspiration. And I want you to be able to see these when we get going. So we're going to open up to 3 of these here. And yeah, that, as you can see, I'm not the most perfect. Oh, let's do this one. It's going to have some bleed through, so we're going to have to cover it up. Yay, thank you. Thanks for coming in. I always love it when I have a little bit of somebody to talk to, so hopefully you have a minute to stick around. So we're going to do a very quick amount of this stuff. I need a clip. We're going to steal this clip off of this piece of art here and get it out of the way safely because I want this clampy clamp on here. I love these little guys. They hold the paper open. And we're going to do the same with these because you'll watch. I'm kind of all over because when one is still drying, we did this last time. So if you ever want to see any other ones, mostly I just want to be company. Hopefully someone else is and getting their art on or at least accomplishing something productive. So this one, and this one, this is an older one. I think this is the first one that I started. So I have a few more pages to go before we're done. But like legit, this is the first one and it's 6/24. So that's June of 24. So I've started art journaling for the first time ever 2 years ago this month. Yay, celebrate that with me. How awesome is that? So I am not professed to be any sort of anybody who would be teaching you anything, but I am having a whole lot of fun and I want to give you guys a chance to go with me. And this is my inspiration for this one. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of light. Can you see that? It is a lady with a book, but it's kind of like her dress is swooping and there's a bunch of flowers and it kind of looks like a postage stamp. I don't know. This is pretty to me, but it's inspiration. And I always give credit. I try to, but honestly, mine will look nothing like these. So I like this one. I got a thank you note for something that I did, and I just thought the art, cards are kind of a nice inspiration point, and they don't take up very much space when you're like me and you already take up a ton of space. And this is whatever a fashion magazine this is. This comes to my daughter, and it has all of these beautiful, like almost like artistic posed, like look how pretty those are. And so I just picked one. I kind of like this one with the green door, the big green door with some organic greenery around it. So we are not going to do this perfect either, but we will give them credit since I'm doing it with them. Maybe I should make my clothespin hold it off. There we go. So these are our inspirations and we're going to be doing them tiny and fast. You guys watch. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay. And again, I'm not going to be on here for super long. I'm delighted to have you in here if you're still here. But here we go. So I am a mixed media person. And so it's a bit all over. I don't try to make perfect. I'm a fast and loose is the zone. And honestly, half of it's for me. The mark making, the color, the beauty, like it's all kind of okay. So we're gonna do this girl in here. Almost actually kind of want to do it this way. This is the wrong way, but I'm breaking the rules. We're gonna put this girl in down here and we'll see if we can catch her. Do we want to draw first? Sometimes I draw and sketch in, but today feels faster than that. So that's these two. And I have messy palettes, so we're gonna use some of it to in here. And sometimes when I have you ever heard of tea bag art? Tea bag art is when you actually just make a stain with your tea bag and then you look at it for a bit and then draw it into whatever you could see it coming into. And yeah, sometimes it can take a bit of creativity to think that way. And these are not what we're drawing. Why am I up there on that? Because it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Okay, so we want to get some green bits. None of these books are the same paper, and I am not good at paper yet. So just know that this paper thing is a little bit of a beast to me. And we're going to get some ground in for this. No. Get this a little bit yellower. I do find that I don't have any trouble talking while I'm painting, but I definitely make sound effects and sing little ditties and all kinds of entertaining things, which I didn't know I would do. Oh, yes. So, actually had a joyful time on YouTube lately. I think figuring out how to do these where you can see it, even though it's not perfect, has been really fun to me. I kind of need to, I have one of these little spray bottles. I need to hit the watercolors so that they don't take me as long. And I have over here, I have my color wheel, but we're still learning how to use it. But maybe we could look at that. How do you make purple? Like, that would be the question. Can we even figure that out? I do not know. I don't get how this, oh, maybe this is, I don't even know how to use it. Look at me just stare off into space. If I want to make that color blue and orange. So if I add orange to that, will it be more lilac-y? No, it is definitely not more lilac-y. All right, and this one is going to be this girl. I think I'm not going to get her whole person in, so let's do a little mellower here, huh? Goodness, this is not what I want either, but we're going for it. We want to get something down. I have figured out that I do better if I don't have a white canvas. So if I just get going and make a mark, then I can typically find my way a little bit faster. So forgive if that's too messy for someone else. Again, the whole point for me is to get some more quick art in there. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do this here. Bring some structure in. Yeah, you'll see here in a second, we definitely will not be doing perfect measurements or anything like that. We're just hoping that it's not so wonky, it's painful. Yeah, there we go. It's probably just going to be this girl's head. I'm not sure I'm going to even get much further than that. So this isn't the right green, but we'll get there. We're going to get this in there first, and then we'll get another color over the top of it. So yeah, it's not the right green. We're going to keep fussing with that. I might actually even use some other material on that. The other question I have, if anybody's actually like good at this stuff, is there a way to seal your colors if you're using something that would be sloppy without using the spray sealant? Is there an actual way to seal it other than like to make it so it doesn't transfer to the other side when you close the book, besides the wax paper? I hate having loose papers in mine. For whatever reason, that drives me crazy. Well, I know why. They fall out every single time you open it, which drives me bananas. I don't need any help with things falling out of my planners. You'll have to go watch my other planner and you'll understand that more, because I pretty much am telling on myself. Not necessarily the most settled in that. I kind of like the jazzy, sassy motivation. Okay, we're getting some tiles in there. Let's get some. Get some tile work in there. I'm gonna just go right around my door and such. We'll get the we'll let that dry for a tad, and then we'll go back to our other inspirations. So we want to actually lay down this the bones of this water can. You're like, you just painted there, it won't stay. Well, you're right, it won't, but we will make it happen. So when I don't do the lives and I use my drying machine, it is actually better for the not bleeding through to the page behind. But that isn't always what we get to do. We're going to add some vibrancy. go. Let's get a little bit more of a different color green in there. Oh. Okay, so now that needs to sit for sure. Sit for sure, but we definitely caught the basic, right? So now we need our girl, which I don't really have a good color here to map her in with, but we're just going to kind of block her in. This is this one. And she's so fair and light, but I don't really do anything that's fair and light, so yeah, we want her to have a pretty hat, not a sombrero from the South. And she has this beautiful little book in her hand. How appropriate for me is that? And we're just going from there. And they got some flowers over here. This is a little bit too intense for her face, but it is still her face. I do kind of like that it's outlined, even though that's not really what we're going for. At some point, we might have to figure that out. I still don't know my color mixing enough to know how in the world do you make lavender and have it actually turn out pretty. I do not know. I do not know. We will just keep playing around here. Well, the waters is a little less annoying, I hope, where it's at than it was, right? Last video, I still see my... All right, so we got some purples in here. We're going to hit some shadows with this one down the back of her here. And we definitely have it underneath her elbow here. Overhead. Book. Yeah, it will not be exact, will it? Okay, let's do this. I am mixed media, so we will be getting some more fun in here in just a second. My grandkids are coming this weekend, and I turned a little tiny space in my house that's kind of like an attic corner. It has a little door on it, but it's like got a really low ceiling, and it's into a little tiny toy room, and I'm so excited to play with them. They're going to be here for a couple of days, and so um, this grandma life is just a pretty fun life, isn't it? And I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Okay, so we want to get a little bit here and here. We'll do that. And yeah, okay. So again, that's what we're looking at. I don't know if you could actually see that while I was standing there. It will not be exact. I told you. So no expectations of that. We are not trying for that at all. But ooh, let's get some of this purple color into a background. I don't know what these are going to be yet, but sometimes it starts to reveal itself if I do something cray. Wet on wet, wet on dry. It all acts just a little different. Let those dry out. And we're going to hit this one now. Again, this is fast work. That's the goal. Keep me loose and free. Enjoy it. These are just art journals. There's no skin in the game. I have zero intentions of making art that I'm going to sell. And I am too new at this process to think my stuff is worth selling anyway. So we are just really, really appreciating the creative outlet and hoping that you guys want to have company in your day. Thank you for stopping in and for maybe leaving me a like or something, because I got such a baby channel. I wouldn't mind. I'm not really looking for a huge follower. I'm looking for my people. So when I do pop on randomly, I have company because it's fun to do this with a group of people who are like-minded. My husband is wonderfully supportive, but does not understand art at all. In fact, the other day he asked me if I preferred it if he said the same thing every time I asked him to show me something. Oh, which I think is so funny. Like he's like, I want to say nice things to you. And we just celebrated our 31st anniversary. So it's not like we don't know what we're doing over here as a married couple, but I just thought that was so funny. Okay, I'm going to get into my gouache, which is not out. This is out. And these are color pencils. Oh, maybe I will try that. I haven't done color pencil on wet before. So oop, I don't quite see. This is going to be too light, but what does color pencil do on wet? I do have watercolor pencils, but let's dry that down a little bit. I just want this girl's, she's supposed to be kind of in here, but yeah, that's not going to work. We got to get it face. I think I'm just going to do her head and shoulders and the V of her shirt. Okay, so, and we're all in green here. So how are we supposed to do that? Let's lift it down a notch and we'll get something else. These are the Neo colors. Let's see how they laid out. Neo colors are tough though because they're oils, so you can't really do. They're water based, but there's waxy is what they are. So you can't really do color on top of them. And so I'm gonna see if I just really wish I hadn't done this after a minute. We might wish we had done something else. But it is fun to get the contrast of these beautiful things. Let's get some of this in here. Oh, yay. Thank you. That's so fun. You're waiting out the storms. Are you like at the airport then? Or are you just hanging out in your space? And I live in Oregon, so I don't even know what storm you're talking about. So, and yes, if you're a watercolor artist, then I'm probably going to shock you with how spazzy I am because there's nothing more patient than a true watercolor artist. And I have not been accused of patience much in my life. And I'm a novelist, so I don't know why I say that because there's nothing more long than a project that takes 2 years to make, you know? Okay, so we're getting our hair in here. I don't think that can watercolor white go over these? I don't know. Hopefully you're safe where you're at. I'm pretending you are safe because I don't want to think about the other alternative that you wouldn't be safe. Okay. This paper is not very good. And that is the thing I am learning about. Is like, I want to be picky with paper as I learn. Okay, so this definitely has to dry out a tiny bit, but yes, I'm definitely the jump in girl. I get that just fine, but yeah, so I'm gonna put these color pencils away. Actually, to be honest, these are awesome color pencils and I'm trying to be brave with them, but I'm kind of stinky at them at the minute. And I do have, I have these two oil pastels but I'm looking for my gouache in the back here. So let's get these bad boys open. Blowing through. Oh, thanks. How long have you been a painter? Do you have seasoned and history underneath your belt? I've been a doodler. I just did a long form content about my planner, and it shows sort of what I've spent the last handful of years doing. The art planners are only 2 years in for me because I had a pile of kids and I was busy writing books and doing other things, and so I limited. But now I'm empty nested and I'm in the grandma land, and my time is just a little bit more my own. So I can get away with it just a tiny bit more. Oh yeah, see, that's good. We'll get her to pop up here. Let's get this in there. It's not quite where we're going to land, but we'll get some shape in there. I want to do this with the openings here. I'll get some shape. A little bit of reflection, right? Mm-hmm. I definitely talk to myself. I would love to know, are you do you sell your work? Tell me what you're up to. That would be fun. Where's my inspiration picks? Okay, so I'm very intrigued by faces and I totally suck at them. So I plan on getting better, and the only way to get better is to go through. And so your girl over here is drawing a lot of really bad art photos because what else are you going to do to get better, right? Okay, we're going to try to lighten this girl's dress down. Let's just go for purple on top of that for now. I want to get it down light enough that I can do something on top of it. That's what I like about gouache, is it's opaque, but you can knock it back, bring it forward, do a few things with it. Right now it's not very great, but it's still prettier than the green, right? I need to draw her face in here so I can get some anchored bits. Okay, so we want to, I actually got that face color out to do this one a little bit, but I wanted to see it. Where's my little purple? Here it is over here. There's my purple inspi. It's upside down. Okay. Yeah, see, she's not even really there. She's just a capture. She's just a faint little thing. This is not the right color, but I'll add a little bit of this to it. I am not opposed to mixing and making a mess if you haven't figured that out yet. Jump in and play. It's supposed to be fun. It is supposed to be fun. It's her hand, which is, yes, we will bring this up with maybe this color. If I got a clean brush, maybe this will be great. I appreciate you chatting with me. That's nice. It's fun to have company on these things. What is she sitting on? I don't know, but they definitely have some flowers down in here. So let's get some different colors, even though not quite the right colors. We just want some different colors, right? All right, can you guys even see this? Sometimes I forget that I'm doing this for you. So you're like, what is she doing? Okay, that was me blowing on them, hoping they dry faster. Because you can see I move fast enough that I'm like, come on, come on, come on. Let's do this brown. Let's get some shape in these bad boys. These are square, like beams of wood. They did not stay there, did they? They bled into the recesses. And then we'll do a little bit of piece of tile roof, which we're gonna, where's the brick color underneath there? Probably this one, right? My clamp will be in the way. There'll be a blank spot, but I don't mind that. I kind of like the quick work. And if you spend time opening that up, slow you down, people. A little bit of a structure there. Let's get this. Her hair, beautiful. She has beautiful hair. That's the point. But can we catch it? I don't know. She has again, I don't have her face etched in here yet, so I'm not quite working in the right spots on things yet. But we'll get there. I'm at the ugly face. Does everybody know that that's a natural part of this bad boy? Ugly face. We're going to get there slowly. Slowly. 1, 2. Ooh, she looks like a dinosaur lady now. She looks like, what's that? What do they call it? Like a Neanderthal, like that kind of time period when, oops, I wiped that on the wrong thing. Like caveman, cavewoman. What do they have that? Homo sapien. Yes, I bash my own work because it's bad sometimes. It's always bad before it gets good, right? We're going to make some lighter pops happen here. Still not good, but we're getting there. It's coming along better. I didn't catch if you were at the airport or if you're just waiting it out at home and being entertained. I love watching these kinds of things. I actually realized that a lot of things that I love to watch on YouTube are just so seriously boring, but I've been watching them for so many years that they're like a joy to my heart. I wait impatiently for the next little thing to come on, and I'm like, why is that? Well, it's because I've been watching the same boring ones forever and I'm invested. So I want to be somebody's boring. Will somebody enjoy me? Let's get some roses on her flowers design on her dress. I'm not going to do the tummy halfway thing because I'm not sure I can pull that off, but I don't really have enough space to do that detail. So yes. Oops, that's a bit much. Okay, she's getting there. We'll get some, actually that darkness. Mix away. Let's get something. Her hair. All right, so that one must have taken a little concentration because I definitely had to not talk while I did that. That's funny. Okay, she still looks not beautiful, but I don't know how to bring her back quite yet. But at least she's starting to look human. I mean, from this. There we go. That's a little bit better. And again, for whatever reason, I'm determined to get good at people and I stink at them. So, yeah, that's so fun. I don't really want to learn slow, like I want to. My mom passed away in 2019, and one of the things that she said in the last year of her life was that she was kind of surprised at the things that she got better at and that she was proud of by the end of her life. She thought they would be different than they ended up being. She thought she would be, and it ended up being the things that she did a little bit repeatedly, and she had a lot of things that she was fairly talented in and skills. And then, but even, quality relationships in certain areas, that kind of thing all takes effort. But she said she thought it would be one thing, but she says the stuff that she was proud of was the stuff that she didn't realize that she was getting good at just because she put the time in 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there over the course of a life. And yeah, so I kind of aspire. Let's just not let moss grow on us and actually find this to be completely relaxing. I just got back from a writers conference and I was a speaker and I was doing the book signings. I was doing all the stuff that we do. And I'm just happily now revamping and recharging. And this is part of that for me. This is the uh, part of that process. And it's very, very good. And YouTube, man, talk about poor man's education. I know there's people, I know me, one of them, like we talk and complain about the things that social media has caused to change. And there's a lot of that for sure. Things to be mown in every direction. But man, for poor man's education, you cannot get better. You can learn anything you want. People give their talents and skills away for free. And if you have any aptitude for learning, the sky is the limit. Okay. So I think I liked some of those changes and didn't like others. So let's get those back in there. And again, this paper is kind of sucky. We'll take her though. And I think I want some flower. I want some echinacea. These are echinaceas that they got going on here, different colored ones, but that's the shape of them. They're like bold and they have a little bit of familiar shape to them. We'll get the rest of that one later. I'll do those for now. Let's see, do we want her to have any bits and pieces here? Ooh, that was not really what I wanted, but we'll knock it back in a minute. Okay, so birdies are going to come in on those when we get a second here. And my darling lady's faces, both of these faces are going to have to step it up, step it up, step it up, step it up. So what do we want? We do want a little bit of, okay, actually let's do black watercolor pencil. And so this is gonna either make or break, right? We're not gonna cultivate some harsher steps here, get some outline. I like me a good watercolor pencil. They're just unpredictable enough to make me happy. This gal's shadows. She's starting to pop for you guys yet? Sometimes it's harder to see on the screen. She has too much light around her, but I don't really want to make it with that tool. No, these are not the color I want. I want a pretty pretty yellow. Let's get a pretty yellow over here in this. Okay. So her shirt is kind of like all popped out by leaves and greenery. So let's get some of this color to be on both sides of the hat. Over here. Okay, I feel like this one, if I let it dry, I might be able to do some damage with pen, like a mark pen. So we'll see. I'm gonna let that go. Maybe I'll use an actual purple pen. Do I even have those close here? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. That might actually work for birds too. Let's see what we got. Pulling some new tools out. What do we got? I have some different stuff right here, and I'm just going to pull out stuff and see if any of it's magic that I'm looking for. Here's the purple. That'll work, because you know what that one does? If I get that one wet, it blends. And I want to sketch in these birds, and so part of the reason I'm doing it this way is because I want it to sit on top of the water. These are wet enough, they need to sit on top of it. You're California. Okay. Oh, they're on tornado watch in California? Crazy. What do I write? I write historical Christian romance. Actually, you know what I can do? I can actually show you. Can you handle it? I'm gonna run. Here we go. Run, 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 run. These are what I write. I'm on contract. I'm traditionally published, and I write historical Christian romance, and I do these kind. So if you think of the old movie Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, and you flop in a good old like Louis L'Amour, and then you blend that with the newer movie Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, that's me. And I have a Shopify store, and that's where it's cheaper. I am on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and all the other good stuff too. But if that's your cup of tea, I would love it if you came and found me. But no pressure. That's not why I'm on here. I actually have quite a lot of fun on here. So I want you guys to tell me more about your art and what you're up to and how you spend your, creative. Everybody has like nonsense time. How do you spend your nonsense time when nobody's looking? And this is nice. I'm getting a little bit closer to what I want here. And it's good because I said I was going to go fast, and this thing is getting a little bit longer than I want. But those colors sure are pretty. Maybe I'll just do one bird. You guys forgive me. This has 3 birds on it, which makes a better composition. But I think I might just do this guy, but kind of put him. Oh, maybe we'll do this one because he's up on the edge, and I can kind of see how that would be better on here. Okay, so here comes the bird. Whoa, let's see what we got here. Go for her. Just slap him on there. Let's see what we get. And we'll get him in the shape. Yes, Shopify under Kara Grindle. Maybe after this video posts, I'll put my link up there. That might be a good thing to do as a practice, right? You can find my website. I don't even know if I have my Shopify store linked to my website. I'll have to work on that. My Shopify store is new because I'm traditionally published. You actually have to work hard to get it so that you're actually selling them off your own website. But I wanted to give people a better price than what they would do. So it's a better price. I actually have a sale if you buy all 4 of them right now. And thank you for inviting me to give you my spiel. Not that I'm supposed to be doing that right now. I don't really want to be sales on here. Just play. But it's what you do. I'm a creative. I actually really, really liked this year. I've did the Artist's Way. I'm gonna actually do a video on that at some point because it has impacted me so massively. I want to share how it's helped me because I didn't feel like I was in creative burnout. I didn't feel like I needed it, but oh my gosh, the creative resource it has become. And that's a whole thing. So, be on the watch for that. like I said, I've been a channel for a long time. I think like um 7 years or something like that. But I was just a gardener one, and my garden is fun and it's definitely on there. You guys will see my garden at times too. But it's been more fun for me to include multiple places that I create from, and so I don't feel so limited for content. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be around a while. I actually like this stuff. Most people are, well, maybe they like it. Maybe the people who actually do it for more, do it for more like it. Okay, so we're going to just do a little bit of a, oop, I'm not sure I like that. I was trying to get some shadow to pop her face off a little bit. Might not like that. I might not like that. But just a little bit. And maybe I'll do pen with that too. I'm still not happy with the other girl's face. Um, you guys are cheering me on so good. You guys know how good it feels to actually, I want you to know that recently I've done entire videos with not having anyone talk. And do you know how it feels to get done with one and have talked happily, mind you, enjoyably talk to yourself for like 45 minutes? That was a confession, I think. Maybe. So thank you guys for showing up and interacting. That's beautiful. And yes, okay. So where's my Inspi pick? I do better when I look at something, if you guys haven't noticed. I have a lot of little things that I putz around with. One of the other things that's beauty, because that's actually what I'm chasing on here. Beauty and inspiration and things that make me want to sit down and do this creative stuff. So sometimes it's nature, sometimes it's the things that make me have wonder. And maybe those things are in common with you. I don't know. Um, but I what was I gonna say? I was saying something. I don't know. I forgot my train of thought. So that's pretty good. I talked to myself and got my own self distracted. But it's this girl. That was a good move. Did you guys see it? It started to actually have a little something to give. This neck is a little, oh geez, these people, when you draw people, it is not for the faint of heart. Okay, so let's do this down here a little bit. You want to draw that skin color down a little bit. She's way prettier than I'm making her. Sorry, lady, I apologize. But I do like to journal. Oh, I think I was going to tell you that the beauty and color and wonder, I was going to tell you that sometimes I have random things. I'm an eBayer too. I do resell on eBay, but my niche is costume jewelry and vintage stuff like that. So sometimes there's these things that are so like interesting and beautiful, and I just can't help myself. So you might see some of that from time to time because it's the same pool, right? It's the stuff that makes you want to keep creating and find it to be interesting. Like, okay, we're making this door a little bit. I think I might only go one way with the boards. If you're looking for perfection, or if things have to be in straight lines and all that stuff, probably not the channel for you. There's nothing much, I spend my excellence on the stories that I was just telling you about. That's hard enough to do. Ooh, I was trying to do this. I wanted to do this lamp. Can she do it freehand here? Looks like it should be taller than her, but kind of pretty though. Yeah, we'll get some of that filled in here. Maybe we'll get a different color filigree going on because this stuff is just like so tiny, right? See how that'll be good with the pen too. This will be good with a nice pen over the top of it. Carissa, is that your name? Carissa, what kind of art? Oh no, you're the one who told me already. What kind of what do you do with your watercolor? Are you do you resell? Are you working hard that way? There's nobody that's working harder, right? Um, so yeah, curious what you do with your work. Is there a place we can find you? That would be fun to know, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be cool? I scrapped you asked about my books. I asked about your art. Um, yeah. So, okay. We're gonna pop this hair right here a little bit. Oh, I kind of liked adding some of that dark back in on top of her hair too. That makes it look better, the right color, doesn't it? We don't have very good eyebrows. Let's do some eyebrow work. Oh, careful. That's really, the paper just went, basically got really soupy right there. So I'm blaming the paper. Let's get her hair in here too. Okay, do we want to put some... Yeah, she's looking a little awkward. I think I need to work on this with oh, I might have made her look like she has a mustache now too. That's always good. Sorry, beautiful woman. She's so young and pretty too. Legit. Okay, so we want to get, I'm going to let that dry for a second. It's definitely, I wonder if it's going to affect the art on the other side. This one won't go through too bad. Yeah, sometimes I journal into my art. I definitely like word art and layers, and sometimes I don't make anything of design. I can kind of appreciate a mark making session where you're not really doing anything specific. And I do like this little, everybody else probably knew about these long before me, but the pencil sharpener that actually makes a long pointy instead of a normal like school size sharpener. This was really broken off. You can make one size long, you can make another size long, but I really like, I don't know if you can tell even, but it's definitely different. And this is not even all the way, so just kind of makes this whole thing longer. Okay, let's hammer the bird with some detail, huh? Let's get underneath his, oop, my water was still dripping. Get his foot down here. And his little eyeball and his beak. This stuff is still pretty wet, so it's not being super gracious with me here. And get some more shape in this little birdie. Oops, I'll knock that back a little bit when it's still wet. I want some orange on him. He doesn't have orange on him, but hey, why not? All right, but he's still too wet, so let's soak him off a little bit. That was a good decision. Get some shape. Oh, I I left this in my water, so this is going to be really wet now. I wonder if I want some little orange details. So again, my inspiration pictures and what they actually look like, never the same. Hers was so soft and flowy, and we are not soft and flowy, are we? Okay, so she's actually, I'm going to be hitting this with a pen when it dries, and I will sharpen that up. So we're just going to let that one dry now. And, oh, I was going to try these pens on the bird. That's what I was going to do. Let's see if they work on wet. If you can get a beak that's a little bit bigger than I want it to be, but actually kind of like. Let's get these feet a little bit of strength to them. Oh, the underbelly is, I almost need a piece of scratch paper to bring the pen back. You know how you kill a pen by getting it wet? All right, so let's use a different one. Use this one and let it figure out how to handle the wet. I kind of like him though. Does anybody else like him? Is it just me? Yeah, he looks a little grumpy and I kind of like that. Grumpy birds, they have angry birds, but what about grumpy birds? Oh, this goes in my... Oh, let's use this up here. Ooh, kind of like. So now we got the color pencils and we used it and I liked it. Awesome. That makes me happy. Kind of like that color too. It's so soft and pretty. Let's get a little bit of highlight on those. Oh yeah, that's actually really sweet. Blur it up a little bit. Let's get a little... Oh, those goes over the top there a little bit. Give me some dimension. Very happy choice. Did you guys see my happy accident? All right. I don't know if I'm going to do much more. I'm going to hit this with a light eye. That's it, probably. Maybe a little white. This is the white I really like using. If you see me, you'll see me use this again. It's a paint. And, you know, if you can't get intense with your white, then it's not good enough, right? Ooh, this is a really big... I think my jar here is like almost running out. So I did really intense on purpose. Just so you know, I'm not going to use all of this. I did it on purpose. We will... Where else does the birdie have a little bit? A little bit on the wing. A little bit on the tail. That's too much, but still kind of fun. So now we've painted too. Aren't you guys happy with me, mixed media people? Ooh, I picked up the yellow somehow. And I'm actually going to knock this back with Soupy Sop Up. I don't like these paper towels. These paper towels are crap. I'm going to have to get some better ones. I don't know what it is, but they're like so soggy and I've barely used them. Some of the other ones hold their structure better. Okay, so let's see. Kind of happy with him. Happy and done. So there you go, finished product. Someday you'll see this on a flip through if you ever watch me do a flip through, which you don't get to do a flip through until you've completed journals, and I don't have any completed journals yet. I think I have one. I'm going to do one, and it's so sad because it's very, very tiny. It's the tiniest flip through you've ever seen. But we're going to do it because it's the beginning, right? Beginning. So we're going to hit the book pages with this. We like the book pages. We're going to hit the brim of her hat. We're going to hit the shape of her hat here a little bit. Let's do the top of her arm, the top of her dress. I'll do that in there. Do we need to hit her, have a collar like a, there. We'll do some finger detail. The book is going to be darker, so we're going to make the pages pop here, but I think I'll make that a little bit darker. Her face, I'm not sure I'm going to try to do, oh, I might actually just knock this blue back a tad because it was too dark on me. So we'll just do that. What do you think? How'd I do on that? I don't even know if you guys are still in here, but if you are still in here, maybe you can hit thumbs up just to give me a chance to make some new pals. I'm gonna mess that up. Okay, so now this is crazy and too much. And we're gonna move this over. So this one is gonna have a pen, and so both of these ones are down to the last of the pen. Actually, I'm gonna not, this one's not quite done. Where's my, oh, this girl. Let's move this out of the way safely and use this. Oop, I think I just got it on the outside of my book. I did. Good job. Okay, we're gonna hit her dress a little bit. This is like wider. We want to do lacy work. Let's get some lacy work on here, huh? Lacy, lacy. She has a little bit of a design, right? Rougey. Let's get some. It's more of a dress than hers is, but hers is a skirt kind of thing, but at least we give her some shape. Now at least she looks like she's a little vavoom, right? Okay, I'm actually going to put my readers on. Welcome to your 50s. Need my readers for her face. We need a little bit of love here. She has a heart necklace. Should we try to catch the heart necklace? Did I say already that I do costume jewelry? So this heart necklace is fairly appropriate for what we do. All right. And we're going to do the side of her throat down here. Chin line. I think we're going to bring some of her face back up to light again too. This might be too light, but at least it'll give me something to work with later. I can put some color on top of this. This will hold a little color better than the paper is doing. I wonder what this looks like for you guys. This has got to be a little bit painful. This is so white. Let's knock that back a little bit. Highlight's good. White, not good. This little splash on her shoulder. Picking it, some of it back up. Okay, so I actually feel like that was an improvement on her eyeballs. And so what I might do here is do the white of her eyes just a tiny bit. And just to bring it forward. She's still looking slightly mongoloid. Mongoloid, is that the word I was looking for earlier? Neanderthal is not the word I was looking for. Mongoloid, I don't know if those are bad words. I'm gonna have to go look them up afterwards and make sure I'm not saying something that's terrible. Please forgive me if I am. Mongoloid. Why can't I think of that? What that is? Okay, that's a little bit better. This is gouache to the rescue. We definitely have a little bit of progress happening here on her face, just a little bit. Starting to lighten up just a little bit. We want that. Oh, my grandkids are here, so that's my sign. I will see you guys later. Have a good. Grandbabies are here. Yay!